daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies, metal daddies. Metal daddies.
Welcome back to Death Metal Daddies. My name is Jeff,
Hi, I'm Silas.
and you're back with another week with us. Sorry for that break. So let's just get right into it since you've been missing our Death Metal Daddiness. How's your week been?
Um, Pretty good, man. Um, yeah, just doing a lot of school. Very sunburnt right now. Went to a kids' pool party and got absolutely roasted in the sun. I didn't put any sunscreen on, which was pretty stupid, but I don't know. I mean, anymore, it's like the chemicals in those are like supposed to be bad for you now too. So, so it's like, which road do you take, navigating the chemicals, the toxic chemicals of life. I
Yeah.
mean, everything's got something bad in it that's gonna kill you and give you 10 types cancer. You know what I mean? So,
Well, also, I remember when we were growing up, I remember always hearing about how your cell phone will give you cancer, but then you don't hear about that really anymore.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean the pocket that my cell phone's always in on my right, like that hip's actually better than my left one. My left one's like my shitty hip. But I was actually like I remember working at the sawmill for so long. And I caught on to the fat wallet theory that, like years of having like a big ass wallet on your left side's gonna alter your back and give you back problems and
Hmm.
shit. Well, so I caught on, I caught on to that when I was working at the sawmill. So I was in the debarker. So, like you don't sit constantly, but I mean, a majority of the time when you're working, you're sitting because you're operating the machine. So I don't know. I just got to where I was like getting uncomfortable sitting, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna take this fat ass wallet out." And then but I think that ever since I started doing that, and I really stuck to it, I don't put my wallet in my left pocket anymore, my back left pocket. I always keep it in my front. And
Huh.
so I don't know. I think it honestly kind of made my back problems worse though, which I've heard that I've heard that it can like give you back problems, but if you do it for too long, then your body's going to kind of get used to that position, and then whenever you stop doing it, then you've got to really fuck some shit up. But I don't know. I haven't gotten it
Yeah.
looked at or anything, so not not the smartest way to go about it, I guess. I'm just kind of out here wandering with a hurt back.
Yeah, I've heard about that, about the fat wall kind of putting your spine or your back kind of out of a line. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I keep
you
my
believe it?
right pocket. I don't know, but I mean, I do notice it when I'm driving for a while. Like my ass will start hurting, my back will start hurting, so I'll just take my wallet out. But I don't know.
Hmm.
I have too much shit in my front pockets. I don't want to. I like to be able to just put my hand in my pocket, grab what I need, and move on. I don't want to have to shimmy past this thing to get to this thing, and I think the wallet's going to
Yeah.
complicate
Ac
that.
Right, yeah, having it in the front pocket is definitely challenging, especially with keys, and it becomes a pain in the ass in itself. But like honestly, my phone's the biggest pain in the ass trying to get out of my pocket. That thing's so big
Yeah.
and bulky. It's like, dude, they they make them so stupid now. Like they never like the pocket never evolved. Pockets have been pockets, like the same size pocket for so long, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we kind of need some like trip pant edition pockets, but like as the standard. So like your pockets actually go down to like knee length, and so you could just have all kinds of shit to store in there because we have so much more shit now.
Or even like wide mouth pockets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you don't want it to fall out either. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, that was the big, thoughts of the week for me.
I gotcha.
Back pain and pockets. But
Yeah.
no, actually, come to think of it, I used to put my wallet in my right side, my back right side, not my left. And I would do cans of chew on my left.
Hmm.
So I had something in both sides for years, but then I started hearing about that, so I just took the shit out and I don't sit on anything anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah, I do usually have something but in both pockets, usually like either AirPods or if I'm working outside, usually I'll put my phone in my back left pocket as well. Just so I don't know why I do it. I think it's just an instinctual thing. Like if I'm working on something, I don't want it to hit my front and then break the screen kind of thing.
See, I feel like if it's in my back pocket, I'm going to sit down. My ass is going to crack it. That's what
I mean,
I instantly thinking about.
there's always that chance. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
the weight distribution would, because your ass is more like malleable as opposed to like if something falls
Yeah.
on it directly.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It can be pretty bony too. Like if I sit just right, I feel like I could definitely shatter a phone,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Modern day paranoia for you.
yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah, so I guess basically not shit over here, man. How's your week been going?
Super fucking busy. So since we've last talked, I did two weddings with Danny, back-to-back weekends. First one though, I was wanting to talk about because it was a
Yeah.
blast because the bride was from like central Missouri area, Lynn, but the groom
Hmm.
was from Canada, and his whole wedding party was from Canada, and it was all like rural Ontario, which I don't know if you've ever seen Letterkenny, but that
Mm-mm.
is the exact type of people that were there, and their accents were fucking hilarious. It was
Nice.
my favorite line was they were all because they did some tradition where they bury whiskey where they're getting married for 30 days, and they dig it up the day of and
Oh
drink it.
wow.
It's supposed to be like a good luck charm for good weather. So they dig it up.
Huh.
They're all pouring it in their flask, and they're about to drink. And one of them's not drinking. Danny's like, "Why isn't this one drinking?" And one of them piped up, "Oh, he has a breath. He has to breathe in some to start his car. He got an old fashioned Dewey. Even it's
Oh
true.
damn.
He's even selling shirts for charity."
Oh wow. That's great.
Yeah, so that was a
Forced sober
blast.
chauffeur.
Yeah, that was a that was fun. Other than that, lots of projects installed Annie's new light fixture in her room. Um, what else was there was a bunch of shit I did. Installed childproof stuff in the cabinets. Uh, got a
Oh yeah.
flat on my Corolla the
That's always
morning,
fun.
Monday morning, and I didn't have time to change it because I had to go to work. So I just been taking my Bronco and
Oh,
slowly getting it all fixed up. Finally done today. Um,
nice.
yeah. Other than that, so I'll probably just address the elephant room, and it's also going to kind of bring some new changes to the podcast. So, we were supposed to
Okay.
do the podcast last week, but I had to cancel of it. Mostly because so
It's the
to be
listeners.
yeah to be really honest, I kind of been going through a little bit of a depression state, but I've kind of
Fucking
gotten out of
hate
it.
you all.
Been going through a depressive state a little bit. Uh, just a mix of things. Nothing like sadness or suicidal or anything like that. Just have a little bit of
More
nihilism.
like
Just a little bit. What's that?
midlife crisis, a little bit
Yeah. Well, more just like,
on
what's the
the
point of
edge.
anything kind of stuff. And it's like, am I even enjoying most of the things I'm doing kind of thing. So that was kind of
Oh,
affecting the
sure.
podcast a little bit. And so with that, and talking with you offline, thought about doing some changes when it comes to it. So that's why when we're getting up to this up next part, the new releases, I'm really only going to focus on stuff that I actually was excited about. I would listen to. I'm not going to force myself to listen to something that I don't really care about. I might try to check it out a little bit, but I'm not going to sit there try to digest it and spit it out to everyone. If I didn't like it, I'll be forefront about it, or if I didn't listen to it, I didn't listen to it. And then also, I'm thinking of some new segments with some of this time off to kind of keep things more fresh to where we're not just going in here doing the same thing over and over again, going through the motions. Keep it fresh, keep it exciting. So that way it is
Sure.
still enjoyable and it's no longer just a chore. Stay excited. Do make this a fun thing that I love instead of just listening to
The
music
fun
for
thing that
homework.
you hate.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah, no doubt. No, whenever like, and that's just the challenge of music in 2025, dude. I mean, every day there's fucking shit dropping. I
hmm
mean, and it's just, and not shit. I mean, obviously there's some stellar music out there, but trying to take it all in, it's like, it can definitely be like, definitely like, hold, this is a task. And,
hmm
when when it gets to be have the side effects of work and
hmm
start weighing on you a little bit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
I
think it
get it, man.
does take away from a little bit of time of like, well, what about this stuff I actually want to listen to, or like if there's an album I liked a couple months ago, like I want to go back and listen to that, but
Yeah.
there's such a long playlist or so many albums for a Discog list, so a lot of things I like kind of get buried a little bit, or even just music
Mm,
outside the death metal genre. Like there's some non-death metal stuff that came out recently. I listened to it. I had some time. I was just kind of thinking of let me listen to what I want to listen to at this moment. So just a forewarning to
sure.
all the listeners. There's gonna be some changes, but don't worry, it is for the good. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
that's been my week. Are you ready to move on to new music?
Yeah, let's do it.
What are you guys listening to?
Weekly playlist.
Weekly playlist. Weekly playlist. Weekly.
All right, new music. So first off, for new music, I think we gotta talk about the biggest new release, and that is the Carter Six by Lil Wayne. What's your thoughts on the Carter
Oh,
Six by Lil Wayne?
I have not actually listened to it yet. I really wanted to, but then I seen that there's like a song titled Peanuts to an Elephant or something like that. I was like,
Yes.
what?
Skip them all and
So,
just go to straight to that. It's
yeah.
in all honesty, that song it made me think of you probably remember Dr. Carter from Lil Wayne 3 or the Carter 3.
Um, uh, was that Carter 4
No, it was the third one. It
or
was where it's the scenario is he's a doctor. They bring him in like dying rappers and he's like rapping of how he's gonna fix them with like better flows, better rhyme scheme. And it's like,
oh,
good evening.
uh-uh.
Do you remember that one?
I I don't I don't know if I listened to a lot of the Carter 3. I'm sure that I knew like the hits on it, but was that like a milli or around
Yeah,
that
that
time?
was a Millie, Lollipop.
Oh, okay.
That had a lot of
Yeah.
big songs on it.
Yeah, so I think I remember like those ones, but then I think I was more on Carter 4. Like, man, I was like obsessed with Lil Wayne around the Carter 4. I fucking love that album. I still really love that album, dude. I think it
I
is a
gotcha.
flawless album front to back.
I gotcha.
But I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know if I know the Dr. Carter song. Um, yeah, I think I'm thinking of one on Carter 4. But yeah,
Yeah.
is it good though, or Peanuts to
Um,
an Elephant?
no, Peanuts and an Elephant is terrible. It's I was only comparing it to Dr. Carter because Dr. Carter has like this weird clunky beat, kind of like Peanuts to an Elephant, but in Dr. Carter it works. In this one, what he's doing with the beat, it's not working, so the whole thing just like this is fucking terrible. Um,
Oh, geez.
there's another song which I heard it and I was like, I hate this so much, and it was the Sharks song featuring Jelly Roll, and it's pretty much Jelly Roll is why I hate this song. And I even played it for
Really?
Danny, who was Danny what loves this was liking it so far. But I showed her this song, and her face just changed. Like, it was
Is is it just is his Jelly Roll just doing like sharks in the water or
yes,
something like
yes,
that?
that is the chorus.
Really?
Snakes
Oh,
aren't
no
always
way.
in the grass. Sharks aren't always in the water. It's fucking terrible.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
I will say there are some good songs here and there. I liked Bells. I liked Band in NO. Um, those are the only ones that come to mind right now, and I've listened to this a couple times. Um, yeah, I understand why people are giving this some shit. Um,
That's funny.
yeah.
Damn.
Um,
I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I mean, I definitely, heard the buzz about it and already saw the shit talk on it. So I was like, oh no, man. This was his moment for a comeback if he had one.
yeah,
Like I ever since I heard about him passing out on that airplane, it's I don't think he's recovered from that, you know.
yeah. There are some like
And I
good
think he was
parts.
just high as balls, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Wasn't it
probably
like
from was that when he
ketamine or
was on
something?
Purple Drink or whatever?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was going hard, man. He did not want to fucking be awake on that flight at all. Jeez, that's crazy. I think he
Yeah,
died actually. Didn't he die? And they brought him
I
back
don't
alive or
know.
something?
I don't know. I kind of stopped paying attention
I
to Lil
thought he
Wayne
did.
a while
Can't
ago
remember.
because I didn't even know that he was like in prison or was sentenced to anything. Because I just heard one day it's like, oh, Trump pardoned Lil Wayne for what? I didn't know he was in prison for anything, but I guess he pardoned him back in
Wow.
like 2017 or 2018.
Oh, his first presidency. Huh. I didn't even know that either. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah. We
interesting.
you should listen to it and let me know what you think of the Carter Six. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll have to do that, man. I definitely do.
yeah. Focusing on metal though. We got two playlists to kind of go over, but like I said, we're really only going to focus on things that caught our attention one way or the other, either super good or piqued our interest, so on and so forth. If so, I'm just going to start poking some out, and if you want to do the same, you can as well. First single I want to talk about
Okay.
is this "Architects of Extinction" by Psycroptic. This was awesome.
Mm,
Especially the riff.
Beatty.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Decapitated a little bit, almost like a more subdued, less distorted Decapitated riff. And even the
Yeah,
beginning kind of made me think of a little bit of Malevolence vocals, but then it goes back into the Psychroptics death growl kind of stuff. I really enjoyed this. What did you
yeah.
listen to this and what'd you think of it?
I did, man. Yeah, dude, it's a ripper. I mean, this band never disappoints, dude, and they're just so tight. They are one of the tightest technical bands out there, I think, as far
Hmm.
as tech death, for sure. They're a prominent force of that genre, but I mean, it's just yeah, really insane. Um, really insane. Just I don't know the word that I'm looking for. It's insane. But no, it's cool, man. I dug it.
I gotcha.
And you know what? Like until we were doing the Decapitated Discog, I never really related those two bands, but I
Hmm.
absolutely hear it so much now.
Yeah.
Like they are pretty similar. It's crazy.
Hmm. Absolutely. And that was Architects of Extinction by Psycroptic. Was there any singles that you have in mind that kind of caught your attention that you want to bring up?
Singles? No, not really.
I got you. You don't want to talk about Clouded
Um,
Retina by Signs of the Swarm?
oh, okay. What pocket or what playlist are you on?
I'm kind of going back and forth between 0529 and 0606.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know if I downloaded the '06 one. I know I listened to it though because yeah. Clouded Retina, yeah, Signs and the Swarm, dude. Featuring Will Ramos. Insane vocals all over that track pretty much. But it's like it's one of those tracks that it's like it's so insane I almost couldn't decipher the two. But then like I think if you know Lorna Shore, Will Ramos, you're probably gonna point it out better than I did. But I eventually, got it to where he's doing that kind of one part with his voice where it's like, yes, like in the with the reverb and shit on it. I was like, oh, okay, that's Will. So I got it after a while, but it took me a couple listens. But with that being said, I thought it was a really cool track. I like how they kind of do this like almost industrial kind of do 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 like just slammy like weird
Hmm.
riffage, dude. I don't know. It's interesting. They got an interesting sound, man. But yeah, heavy as hell, brutal as hell. Um, it's it's weird because it's different. It's so different from their first album, Vital Deprivation. Like
Hmm.
if you take the two out, the two sounds, man, I would say they're definitely more death kind of based than they are now. And it's
Yeah.
weird. They got like this industrial like edge, don't you think?
Yeah. I also think that this is more balls to the wall than they've ever kind of been, just kind of flooding every part of this, every inch they can with just extreme sounds. But I do
Yeah.
like how they are constantly changing their sound. Like I felt like the previous album had more of like a uh dreamlike feel to it, like a I don't know, fall, whatever you want to call that genre. And then before that, Absolver
Yeah.
was more of just like typical. Absolver felt more just typical deathcore-ish. But then
Yeah.
Vital Deprivation kind of felt somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if you want to call it proggy or technical, but they had some of those weird tracks where it was like what is the ones I'm thinking of? Kind of the middle tracks where they kind of bleed into each other with like the softer stuff. Um,
Uh,
do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
just loved like Malevolent Enslavement, dude. I just remember that song dropping and I was just like
Hmm.
totally captivated. I was like, holy shit, this is so intense, man. And it is just super intense, but it's almost like bouncy too, like down, 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 or like the blood. Oh, the blood on that one, that's so good, dude. And that was so interesting about that album. They have two songs that like start the same.
Hmm.
It's the blood and fuck, I can't remember the name of the other one.
It was like
Something
malformed and
salvation or
extinction.
something. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it might be. Yeah. But I just thought that was really cool and how they made two different songs, but out of that same chord thing, whatever it is.
Hmm.
That is so cool to me because they to me, I was like, like I heard it come on and I was like, wait, didn't I already hear this song? And then no, it like goes into something else, and I was like, damn, it's so badass, man. Like I feel like it could be viewed as repetitive or like a cheat, but like honestly, I think it's genius, man. You're just showing how much you can make with just one thing.
Hmm.
And I think that's awesome. But
Yeah.
anyways, sorry, I kind of went off the rails there. But
Oh, you're good, man. Talking about
yeah,
Signs of the Swarm, bruh.
it's yeah, it's just a different sound than what it was then, but it's not like it's bad. It's good.
Hmm.
But uh yeah, man, it's interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is Clouded Retinas, new single by Signs of the Swarm. Um, Other singles that caught my attention. I wouldn't say this was like super amazing, but it gets me somewhat excited. And that is the new single by Car Bomb. The song is Paroxysm. Um, if those of you who aren't familiar with Car Bomb, they are a mathcore band. Um, I've always kind of called them like a poor man's Meshuggah because the vocals sound very Meshuggah-ish, and the guitars sometimes do, but it's more mathy. Uh, but uh, I do like this song, but I'm kind of wanting more when it comes to Car Bomb because their previous album had a lot more experimentation. They had some like softer, weirder parts, but they also had some cool like guitar tricks to just create weird sounds. There's not really a lot of that here. It's really just kind of bare bones mathcore done in the style of Car Bomb. But either way, I'm excited for new Car Bomb. Did you listen to this one? And if you did, what'd you think of it?
I did not. I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence with that band. Like Meshuggah just fills that itch for me, or
Hmm.
scratches that itch, whatever. Um, and I just Car Bomb kind of goes off the mathy rails too much for me. Like,
Yeah.
all right, you guys, you're confusing me now. I'm out. I don't know. I'm just like I want. There's parts where I'm like, damn, that's heavy as hell, but then they're like, do 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 do, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? It sounds like a program failing. It sounds like something crashing. It's like it's crazy. It's nuts. I mean, it's crazy timing, I guess, and it's insane skill to be able to do that shit. But for me, I'm just like, it just throws me off. I don't know.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah,
But
that's
I mean,
this.
cool tones.
Oh yeah, and I am hoping that the more songs is more kind of like the previous album. Because I missed it when because they'll do like those weird chunky stuff, then they'll throw in like pew 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 weird like almost like
Yeah,
laser gun sounds on their guitars.
yeah,
I love the weird sounds they can make on their guitars. But that wasn't seem to be present here on this song, so hopefully they can add some more of that variety amongst the weird mind melting time signatures and chunky riffs. But either way, new car bomb. I'm kind of excited. Yeah,
oh yeah.
new car bomb.
What
Paroxysm.
par paroxysm?
Yeah,
Paroxysm. Sweet.
maybe. Um,
Um, what'd you think of Shadow of Mechanical Chaos? Did you listen to that one?
I did like it. However, I'm at the point. Can we just have the album already? Because I am excited for this album. I like this song. It's at this point. I just want the whole. It's like they're giving you this great dinner, just a piece at a time. If I could just have the
Yeah.
whole meal already, I do. I do like this song. Well, like I said, the anticipation at this point is just like, can we just have it? I don't think it's as good as the Corpse Grinder song. For me, that's still like the peak of their singles they released. But it's I would say out of the four they released so far, this is about two or three. It's
So Flying the Black Flag was the first one? Is that right?
yeah, yeah, it was that one.
That's crazy. Feels like that came out so long ago.
Yeah, that was like late last year, I want to say, because we reviewed it. I'm pretty sure around that time, like November-ish, I
Yeah,
want to say.
yeah.
Yeah, what did you think of it?
I dug it, man. Um, but yeah, like four singles, like, dude, come on. I I don't know that that's really necessary. Just give me
Hmm.
the typical three and then boom out, or even two. I like a really good teasing two.
Hmm.
And then I feel like two's the sweet spot. If you release two banging singles and then you just hold out till that album drops, dude, I think it's gonna have a lot of like, build up into the drop. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Could be
Yeah,
totally wrong.
because that's the thing about when it comes these when the day albums releases, you want to hear all this new stuff. But when you have like if it's only a 10 song album and you have four songs that are already out, it's pretty much just like, all right, I get to listen to one new song, but after that I get to hear a song I've already heard already. That was kind of my issue with Hell Dorado. Like I felt like some of the best songs were already released as singles, and the rest was like
Yeah,
there's like three new metal songs and then like three unmetal songs. Like, well, I feel like I got gypped. I already heard everything I liked before the album even came out. Um,
yeah.
Same with Frontiers
Well, it's
EP
like
last year.
I don't really remember that one,
It was a
but yeah,
four
an
song
EP.
EP,
Yeah,
and they released three singles.
yeah. See, it's I don't know. Might be tough to draw, but um, yeah, I don't know. I can't think. I can't help but think of like the shit. What was it? I just totally lost my train of thought. Damn it. I guess I can't help to think. Or no, can't. I don't know. Never mind. You're gonna have to edit this part out for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I do
okay,
agree with.
let's see. We're on Shadow of Intent. What were we
And talking
saying?
about releasing too many singles leading up to an album.
Too many singles leading up to it now. Oh, so I'm sure there's people in like positions for this, but I really wonder, do you think that it's band's choice to pick like the number, or do you think that they're one of those bands now that's like pretty popular? I mean, they're on a label, and I don't know. I wonder if the labels like we pick the singles or if they
I
do.
think
I don't know.
I think the label, I don't know if they so I guarantee the band is probably picking which songs get released, but I guarantee the label is telling them, "Hey, you need to release another single soon." Because probably it seems to be more of keep the hype train going kind of thing.
Hmm.
is what I think is
Okay.
going on is because like you said, let the anticipation build. Really, all you had to do was release that Corpse Grinder song and have
I
what
really
a
like Flying the Black
month.
Flag.
Well, that too, but like, just, I feel like that's too long of a gap between the singles and the releases. But have those two songs out and leave like a month and a half for the album. Let all of us kind of fill in the pieces of like, well, what's this gonna sound like? Let
Hmm.
us kind of like, I don't know, starve ourselves waiting for this and then feast when the album comes out. Having
Yeah.
single after single release every couple weeks. I don't know. I feel like it kind of kills the anticipation a little bit.
Well, it's got to be a tough decision to make, regardless, I guess, of who's doing it, because you want to give the people a really good song to show them a taste, but then you also want to reserve a really good song
Hmm.
so that you can have the juice in the rest of that album.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a double-edged sword, pretty tricky.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to release all your good stuff and then people get the albums like, this album sucks. I already heard all the good
Well,
stuff was already
yeah,
out.
yeah, good songs are singles. That's what me and you do. No, that's what I do, really.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would agree. Um, because this album comes out, what is it, next week or the week after or something like that?
Um, I don't know. Let me see. I'm really digging the artwork though. I feel
Hmm.
like they're keeping it pretty legit to their style. I don't know, maybe they're using the same artist. Maybe that's what it is. But they're not really straying from their path of artwork. I think that's pretty sick. It looks pretty gnarly. Um, Shadow of Intent. I don't know. I don't have an album release date on their Spotify. So
Hmm. Did I pre-save it? Let me look real quick.
maybe it is on their Spotify. I'm just not seeing it because I'm in the playlist you sent me right now.
Here we go. 16 days drops June 27th, so the same day that Cryptopsy comes out.
Ooh,
Which I
tough
feel like they're
competition.
doing a good job of the releases. That's built anticipation, I feel like, in a great way.
Oh,
I
hell
don't
yeah.
think they should come out with any more singles.
How many have they dropped?
Just
Two?
the two.
Three? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect amount, man. I'm so ready for that album.
Another album that's coming out soon, and with a new single that we have on this playlist as well. That's pretty exciting. That's this new single, "Still Nights" by Abigail Williams. Um,
Oh, yes.
I re-listened to this
This is
again
good.
tonight. It's so good. And I also feel like I don't know about you, but it feels like it's still Abigail Williams, still black metal, but this feels more death metal-y, feels more punchy, especially in the drums. But I
Really
also,
aggressive.
mhm, but I still love that guitar solo sound. It's just,
Mhm.
it kind of throws a curveball, but it feels so good in this song. What's your thoughts on this song?
Yeah, dude, I'm right there with you. I think the song's so sick. Super badass, man. And one of the favorite parts of this band for me is his screams, dude. It's the freaking nail in the head. Like I love it, man. It's such a good high scream. Uh, and I know it's kind of, slathered in some reverb, but I feel like it's the perfect level for me.
Hmm.
It's a great black metal feel. And yeah, dude, this sounds super gnarly, super heavy, and yeah, just really aggressive. I'm happy with it. I love it. I'm really excited for this album.
Hell yeah. I also noticed it sounds like I don't know if they've ever done this, but almost like there's like a background scream, kind of just almost like a chorus of "Still Nights" like in the middle of the song, which I'm not used to them
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
almost
doing anything like that.
kind of like one of those, what do they call it? Gang vocal or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, that was awesome. Cool touch to it.
Yeah.
But I love, dude, I'm so excited for this artwork. Like the artwork here is just such a masterpiece. The dude
Mm-hmm.
painting, like the dude hanging, like, oh, I love that, man. It says so much in just a picture,
Mm-hmm. Eller and Cantor. He always does
dude.
such a great job of like creating a whole story from just a still image.
For real, man. So badass. One of the top dogs, I'd say, of metal artwork
Mm-hmm.
for sure, if not the top dog for me.
Are there any other singles you'd like to talk about?
Um, uh, let's see. You said you're bouncing between playlists.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's some on this other one. No, I think we pretty much covered them for me.
All right. I only have one more to talk about. Not much to say other besides I really like this song. And that is In Disgust They Shine, new single by Putridity. Um,
Hmm.
very exciting.
Oh, that's one of the Coochie album covers. Is
Yep,
that
one of
right?
the Coochie album covers. This band is still awesome, still does a lot of craziness and brutality. Very exciting. So excited for new Putridity, even though the controversy with the album art, but whatever. I love Putridity. So
Hell yeah.
excitement. Yeah. Are you ready to move on to full length albums?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
All right, what would you say is your favorite album out of these two playlists?
So I pretty much failed on the second one. Um, almost the entire playlist. But the first playlist, favorite album, Rivers of Nile by the
Okay.
band Rivers of Nile. I, dude, I love this album. I think it's really grown on me, man. It took a turn. Like I talked so much shit on this leading up to it, and I feel so bad because I find it so catchy. Um, I was really hooked on it there for a hot minute, like listening to it days in a row. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think that the cleans in this are just super good. Um, really catchy. Really just stick with me, man. Um, there's just a lot of that in this whole album too. But the dude's got a great voice, sick tones on guitars. I love it, man. Suborbital Blues, really good song. Dustman, I thought was pretty badass. And House of Light is really growing on me too. Uh, I don't know, man. I find it so catchy. It's very singable. Um, sick album, dude, I think. I really liked it. I've seen some people online talking shit about the production, saying it's like overproduced or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know that I really get that. But yeah, I don't know. Did you listen to it, man?
I listened to it a little bit. I wasn't feeling it too much. But I don't know. I think it's more of just this is a lot different of Rivers of Nile than the one I kind of it's so different than from Where the Owls Know My Name, which is what I was for me is peak Rivers of Nile. And at this point it's so different and also I'm not wasn't really into Black Crown Initiate, so I don't really have
Yeah.
that love for that
Yeah,
style
he's
of vocals either.
right. I mean, and that's the swift turn with this band was recruiting that dude, Andy, and he's so unique that yeah, I mean, he's got a very unique just kind of style to his vocal. And that's what Black Crown prominently was. And yeah, we never really had that with previous Rivers of Nile albums. So it's definitely different than what it used to be. But with that said, listening to this album, man, I actually feel like there's a lot of the riffage that reminds me of kind of like their Monarchy days,
Mm,
and that really shine through to tell that this band was really still Rivers of Nile. So I don't
yeah.
know. They it definitely turned me on to it, but yeah, man,
Yeah. I
I
have
think
been
it's
seeing
worth
a
a
lot
gander.
of yeah, I've been seeing a lot of praise over it, so that's where I kind of was like, all right, something's wrong with my view on this, so I do need to revisit it because it seems like I'm the outlier when it comes to it because I see a lot of people talking about this album online. So,
Mhm.
I do probably need to recheck it out just at some point. For me, I just need a little bit of time. Need a little bit of time with this
Fair
album.
enough. Hey, could be your 6 month turnaround.
Yeah, a couple months you'll
Never
see.
know.
If you guys check out this Rivers of Nile album, it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Really, the
Yeah.
only way I can achieve that though is I have to talk a lot of shit on it right now, and then I'll
Yeah.
have to go eat crow a couple months later.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how it always works with me.
Some shit. This band sucks. I will be surprised if they continue.
6 months later, dude, this is the best Rivers Nile album I've ever heard. This is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, where was I when this thing dropped?
Um, yeah, that's Rivers of Nile's self-titled album, Rivers of Nile. Check it out. Um,
And
so
I
for
was I
me,
was sad I didn't continue down this playlist, mainly for the last one on here, which
yeah,
um,
that is actually going to
I'll
be
let you take it
my
away.
that's my top album of both playlists. And that is the brand new but also sadly final album by Stray from the Path with their album titled Clockworked. I love this album. I've jammed it pretty much daily. Um, and it's not that it's a whole like it's not like every song is great on here. There are some that are just okay. But the songs that are good on this are fucking fantastic and filled with so much fire and energy, and I love it. There's always been somewhat of a political band, and there's a lot of politics on here, or even just social commentary on here, and I love it that much more. For that, starts off with Cubic Stare. We did reviewed that single when it came out. It still fucking kicks ass. You got Shot Caller,
Hmm.
which has a sick breakdown. And it seems to be about the what's the guy who shot the healthcare CEO, and it's more about just like
Oh,
taking
Mangio,
down those,
Luigi.
yeah, taking down those that are controlling the system, kind of thing. But here, the thing about this song "Shot Caller" that I love, and it's kind of prevalent throughout this album, is yes, I'm kind of tired of breakdowns like that in music. Like they can be cool, but I feel like too many bands rely on them. And for a band who does a breakdown every song on this album, they still find a way to keep it exciting and keep it awesome. And Shot Caller is a great
Hell yeah.
example of it. They also got the title track with the listen, don't think, don't fucking question just repeated over and over again. It's the chorus, it's the intro. It features Landmarks singer who I don't know, but when he came in, I thought he was speaking Spanish for how fast he was going. He was very
Oh,
pronunciating, but I couldn't understand a word he was saying. But either way, awesome. Um, Bodies in the Dark, kind of more of a groove, darky, moody song featuring Jeff Morea from Poison the Well. Loved it. Love his vocals on there. Um, then the last three songs, all awesome, all pretty specific on what they're talking about. Like, Can I Have Your Autograph is talking shit on Draymond from Disturbed for
oh wow.
signing one of Israel's bombs right before they dropped it on Palestine. Uh, so that's what that
Wow.
song's about. Um, then You're Not That Guy, talking about again, this is more super political, talking about someone acting super macho because they went to a Trump rally and then being an asshole to everyone. But what I love about this song is the South Park reference in the ending, which is "I'm not your buddy and you're not that guy, pal," from the Canadians episode.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
Always
the
love a
ending,
South Park.
A Life in Four Chapters, reminds me a lot of Dillinger Escape Plan's Disassociation song, kind of like a goodbye to their fans kind of thing, uh, and kind of a recollection of everything they've done so far lyrically. So I think this is a great send-off album. It's not perfect, but this album is a fucking banger, and I love this album. Check out Clockwork by Stray from the Path. I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah, man. I feel like I'm probably gonna be talking about this one next week because I failed to listen to it this week, but yeah, man, that got me excited to check it out for sure. And then seeing the title, "Fuck Them All to Hell."
Oh yeah, that is a fun one. That's the thing. They're not really
I love,
hiding anything they're talking about in these songs.
yeah,
It's pretty upfront.
I love the tenacity of this band and how pissed off they are and still remain to sound. I think that's
Hmm.
great, man. And it's just such a genuine sound with this
Hmm.
band. Like they make you believe that they are pissed off. So
Hmm.
I think that's really cool. But I'm excited to listen to this one, man.
Yeah. It's very exciting. We'll probably talk a little bit about this band more when it comes to the metal news part. Because with this release, there's some other news, but we'll get to that on the news section. Um, was there any other releases that kind of caught your attention?
Yeah, so The Haunted dropped a new album
Hmm.
after years of like a hiatus type deal, right? I want to say.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know a ton about this band. I've listened to some of their stuff of the previous years, and they got some really cool shit. But this one I liked, man. There was one song that I want to say really ripped. Uh, Death to the Crown, I think it is. It's just a fun, like, kind of sounds like a mosh jammer, dude. Which, like, this band kind of, they're kind of one laned, they don't really change it up crazy. It's definitely like a fast pace, just kind of like circle pit jams is like what I think of when I think of the Haunted, man. But this song, Death to the Crown, it's just fucking that traditional Haunted kind of circle pit sound, man. But it rips, dude. It's super badass. I don't know if you checked it out, but Death to the Crown by the Haunted. It's a badass song on this new album. So, yeah, that was one I wanted to highlight.
I gotcha. Yeah, I didn't get to this one, but I did add this band simply because the name sounded familiar, and I remember seeing they had some album art with like a uh, X-ray of like a spine or something or someone's neck. I just know they're an older
Hmm.
band, and this looked like it was their return, so want to put that on here. What's this called? Songs of Last Resort by the Haunted.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, check out the Haunted's Song of Last Resort.
oh yeah,
Um, Other albums I wanted to highlight was is Pillars of Cacophony that I think your buddy was it Sean that recommended this one?
Sean, yes. Is this like the Polyphy or whatever
Yeah,
band or no?
yeah, Paralipomania.
Yeah,
This was pretty cool. It kind of sound wise, it reminds me somewhere between Blood Incantation and Imperial Triumphant, especially on the song 4 Degrees Celsius. Starts off very Imperial Triumphant-ish, very
yeah,
almost like the strings are made of steel and they're just playing on these like ding 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 dings kind of sounds, but it works
yeah.
so good and it has still has that blood incantation kind of vibe going on in this album. I enjoyed this one. Did you check out this one?
I did, man. And they've got a lot of different shit going on, and that's what kind of kept my interest. But the vocals here, dude, are so brutal. I love the
Hmm.
vocals. Yeah, it's super sick sound. Definitely a lot to digest, but yeah, man, check it out. Kind of technical shit. I don't even know what you call this. Definitely obscure.
Hmm.
It's cool, man. They got a
Hell
gnarly
yeah.
sound.
Do you have any more albums you want to talk about?
I don't think so, man. I think that's
I
it for
gotcha.
me.
I can may I'll talk about just one more, just so I can have one more album on this new playlist. And this is something I've kind of been talking about for a while. It's okay. It's not super amazing. But that is this new album by Gruesome, Still Echoes. Um,
Mm.
if you like death, like old school death, you'll like this album. That's the whole point of this band is to kind of capture that sound. This is the side project of uh what's that fucking band? Exhumed. This is Exhumed's side project.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
there's some good songs on here. We covered some of them, like we covered A Darkened Window. Pretty good song. I would say though, my favorite would Would be the title track, Still Echoes. Awesome riff. It's awesome when they syncopate the riff with the bass drum kicking. It kicks hard.
Oh, Silent Echoes.
Oh yeah, Silent Echoes, not Still Echoes, not a Lamb of God song. Silent Echoes. Yeah, yeah. Also, it's pretty good. That song's awesome. Dark Window's awesome. Check out Silent Echoes by Gruesome. Did you check this one out?
I did not.
I got you. It's like I
I
said,
didn't catch a lot on this.
I was on the fence about covering this one, but I want to bring it up simply because I've been kind of talking this band up. If I give it a rating to be probably about a 6 out of 10. It's pretty good. Nothing super amazing, but if you like old school death, this is right up your alley. Gruesome. Silent Echoes, not Still Echoes.
Yeah. Did you listen to Hunt the Dinosaur?
I did. Um,
What did you
I'm
think
gonna
of
be
it? So I'm sure the lyrics are terrible. I didn't listen to this, but I got to know what you thought of it because I know this band and I was actually like kind of like in the closet obsessed about their first album. And like I say, like, it was definitely like a guilty pleasure, but it his skill, dude, is just insane as far as speed goes. But I don't know if he's like really. What's this album like? What do you think?
um, I'll be upfront. I don't really like this band that much. And this EP did not help with that. So and with that, I'll say I will, like you said, I have to admit he's very good when he does like the almost borderline rapping speed screaming. But for me, when listening to this, he does it from time to time. But for me, the rest of it is just like, well, I'm the rest of it's boring for me.
Yeah,
It's really just kind of waiting for that next time he does that. So I wasn't really super into it.
fair enough.
Um, I did check out Body Snatcher re-released their debut. I don't know if you want to call it mini album and EP, Abandonment, which was,
Hmm.
I mean, I this is my favorite Body Snatcher album, but I do think this is good stuff. This because if any, I love this Heavy Void by Body Snatcher. I think that's the perfect Body Snatcher release that they've done. And this, uh, that EP or their debut, it has the sounds. Like the sound is perfect of what Body Snatcher was doing, but it doesn't have the subject matter, which I think adds so much more to Body Snatcher on this Heavy Void, which this Heavy Void is pretty much all purely about like trauma, like childhood trauma, either from an abusive home or watching someone you love die or stuff like that. To where if you strip that away, you really just have a lot of tough guy stuff. So it doesn't really hit as well with me, but it's still pretty good. Still Body Snatcher. Check it out.
Yeah, I seen Cowardice. The last song on there has Dickie Allen of Infant Annihilator.
Yep. I don't know how they got
It's
him
pretty
on
sick.
their debut though.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's all the new releases. I was have been listening to something else that wasn't a couple things that weren't on here. One of them was the My Chemical Romance re-released a remastered version of Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which for me brings back my classic emo years, so I had to listen to it, and I'm not gonna lie, it sounds great. Uh, Somehow they didn't make it as compressed, so everything you can actually hear everything a lot more clear. Things have more room to breathe. It sounds great. So if you love that album, check out the remaster. It's great.
So they just remastered it? Did they like re-record it or
I don't
just
think they re-recorded it because like the actual recordings themselves sound the same, but you can tell. Like I didn't notice how much of a difference it was until I listened to it. And yeah, you can. There's things you could hear that you didn't realize were there because there's so much space between it. You'll realize like, oh shit, it was super compressed back then. Like it was just things stacked
huh?
on things on things on things. So I do recommend if you like that album, listen to the remaster, and you'll probably like it a little bit more. Um,
Hell yeah.
the other thing I was listening to, not super amazing, but I still think it's pretty cool. New Turnstile, Never
Mm.
Enough. This is a hardcore band at heart, but they seem to incorporate so many different genres in it to where it has made them more mainstream. I want to say they're on Lollapalooza or some more recently. I even saw a video where James Hetfield and Rob Halford were side stage to watch Turnstile and were banging their heads. Like they are a
Wow.
popular, again, becoming a popular band playing hardcore, but
Damn.
I don't know. It's a cool vibe. It's a happy hardcore vibe. I don't know how to explain Turnstile. I recommend everyone check
Fair
out
enough.
Never Enough.
Hell yeah.
Any other new music you want to bring up?
Um, I don't think so, man. I think that's pretty much it for me.
I gotcha. So you ready to move on to really metal news.
Oh, yeah.
Metal news.
Sorry,
Like a
it's been a minute. It's been a minute. I need to shake off.
Get them cobwebs off you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. For me, the biggest metal news, mentioned it in the new releases. Straight from the Path has announced that they're breaking up after this album. They're gonna do a couple
Crazy.
of farewell tours. So sadness. But apparently it is mutual. Sucks, but it is what it is. So it makes me
Yeah.
hoping they announce these tours soon, making sure that we get to see, especially with this new album, you get to hear these new songs and see it live.
Yeah, for sure. That is pretty crazy, man.
Hmm.
It's yeah, I feel like they're probably in the height of their success right now.
Hmm. And it has made me go back to some of their old stuff and how much has changed. Like I still remember Damien, like their first big single. It still kicks ass, and then seeing that live again would be great. I want to see them come through here.
Yeah, they're a badass band, man.
Um, Speaking of coming through here, you sent me this one. There's a tour announcement, and it's going to be some sick bands. It's going to be Nihil. It's going to be
Yeah.
Cryptopsy.
Yeah,
Uh,
crazy.
I feel like there's
Is it
other
a
good bands.
co-headliner
I don't
or,
I don't know
or let's see.
because I think it's supposed to
I'll
be
look
just
at
like
it.
their previous tour, just like part two, but their previous tour was a co-headlining tour.
Yeah, this is a co-headliner. Nile and Cryptopsy for 25 dates, hitting the East Coast, Midwest, yeah, right, and Pacific Northwest with support from Last Seconds of Life and Cognitive. That's a badass lineup, dude.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks is they don't go any more south than I think Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah, right. That's the big warrant of this whole tour.
Yeah. Why you gotta do this to
Il
us guys?
Illinois, like where, okay, Belvedere, Illinois. I've never
It's
seen
near
that on a tour.
Chicago.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Is there a Montana date on there?
Billings, Montana.
That's fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna point this out. So Danny is going to go do a photo shoot in Montana in a couple weeks. And I
What?
was starting to get a little set like jealous, like, oh, she's going there when Dragged into Sunlight is going to Montana. I was like, you could go see Dragged into Sunlight. They never tour. And then I looked at where they were. It was like 300 miles away. I was like, it wouldn't happen. But I looked at the population of where they were playing in Montana. This is a town of 50,000 people. What the fuck are we going to Montana for? There is all these cities
Wow.
out here, but you're going to why are all these bands going to fucking Montana where there's almost no one? If you're a listener and you're in Montana, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Like, what are we doing? And
Yeah,
why
that
is
is pretty crazy.
Chicago, does Chicago, Belvedere, and where was it? There was like three cities that were within like 3 hours of each other on this tour. And I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Why are you doing this? Who sets up these
Well, apparently,
tours?
apparently we're not the only ones talking shit on it. The first two comments is no Texas, okay dates, bruh. And then the second one is stoked, but the Oriental is the worst venue. Someone's bitching about a venue. That's hilarious. That's when you know they really fucked up. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going through all the dates. The opening dates in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Chapel of Bones. That's a fucking awesome title for a venue.
Yeah.
That's
Is
like
that
one
where
of the
Niall's from?
coolest titles. North Carolina, maybe. Might be
I
right.
think he's from North Carolina.
Kicking it off in his hometown. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah, so badass tour that we don't get to be a part of or
yeah.
witness.
But you know what? There was a badass tour that is coming near here that just got more badass. Uh,
Sorry, here's before we leave this topic, I'm just reading through more. Dude, it is all bitching on this comment thread. Cryptopsy dot a Canadian band, period. Doesn't play any Canadian shows, period. Brilliant, period. Next one down. Everyone hate Canada or something? And then this guy, no Cali at all. Sad face.
Yeah, I don't understand
It's
why
fine.
you're missing the two
Everyone's hating
biggest
it.
states.
Everyone's hate. It's good. Bite them in the ass if they don't change some shit up.
Yeah, extend that tour.
They got time. It's in September, October. Pretty good
Yeah,
tour time.
more than likely though, if they do add any dates, it's gonna be like California or maybe Tennessee. Like they probably don't want to go too far their way, but they also want to get the most bang for their buck.
Right.
Um, but yeah, there is a tour that's coming through here that just got even more awesome. And
Tell me about it.
that was the Cannibal Corpse Municipal Waste Fulci tour. They decided, you know what, this is already an awesome tour, but it's not awesome enough. Let's also add another great band, and that is Full of Hell has been added to this tour to make it
Oh yeah.
the the Awesome Four. I don't know where I was going
Yeah.
with that title, but Full of Hell is going to be joined on this tour I was already wanting to go to. Fuck
The Awesome
yes.
Four tour. Cannibal Corpse and the Awesome Four. Or or no, I
How,
guess it'd be the Awesome Three.
how fortunately I'll be able to go.
How fortunately.
Fortunately. But
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be a cool tour.
Oh yeah.
When's the
Sick
date?
bands.
When's the dates on that?
I want to say, I actually think I'm gonna have to go to a different day because want to say the day they are coming is the day after the Lorna Shore tour in St. Louis. So I want to say it's like September 29th or 30th.
Shit. That's gonna be tough to pick from, but I feel like I'm gonna be probably only be able to make it to one.
Well, probably gonna
We'll
go.
see.
They go to Little Rock, Arkansas. And it's like October 11th, I want to say. So that gives me a little bit of time, a little bit of a buffer.
Hmm.
So I'll try to go to that one. Um, Other than that, I don't have any other metal news. Do you have any more metal news you'd like to add?
I was just gonna say, speaking of Infant Annihilator, I saw that Dickie Allen brought his kids on stage to perform Necrogoblicon with him.
I did
I
see
thought that was
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
Keep.
crazy. I didn't even think that that dude had kids. So,
Yeah, he is a
like,
death
wow.
metal daddy as well.
Yeah, shout out. Cool.
I do
That's
wonder
awesome.
how was the delivery room in there when they were giving birth? Like if the nurses was like, "Are you excited to be a father?" Absolutely. I want to hold the little baby. Oh, okay. What do you do for a living? I'm a singer. Oh, who do you sing for? Infinite Annihilator. You ever heard of us?
Yeah. I wonder if he tells people. I don't know. That's That definitely would be weird to bring up to the family too.
Bringing up to the baby mama that or the baby mama's parents. Like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
my baby daddy's in
my
a band.
husband, yeah, my baby daddy just got 1 million views on YouTube. Really? What's that, sweetie? Infant
Uh,
Annihilator.
it's for a song "Soil the Stillborn." It's really
Yeah.
catchy. It's about
What
life.
video? What video is it where they're doing all like the erotic?
Oh, Three Bastards.
Yeah, the most ridiculous song ever with the most ridiculous video. It's got to have tons of views.
Yeah. That's all. Oh, there was one more metal news. I think it's real. I don't know. This band likes to troll a lot, but I want to say this part's real. Born of Osiris, um,
Oh
has
yeah, on the
parted
search.
ways. Yeah, they have parted ways with their longtime guitarist, Lee McKinney.
Yep.
Is that his name? Yep. Yeah, they have parted ways. They are no longer together.
Yeah, and it's they're like doing open auditions, man, for they're just taking whoever can play the shit, I guess. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you got to be
So,
pretty damn skillful to play that.
yeah. I do wonder though, because I know they've made jokes about they're going to break up soon, blah blah blah, whatever, or they're breaking up, blah blah blah, and it's been more trolling stuff. But I do wonder at this point, are you guys going to break up? Because who's the original members anymore? You got the lead singer and the drummer. That's all I know of anymore.
Well, so what's crazy, dude, is I saw the drummer Cameron Lowe. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not sure, but he's like written the songs. I didn't know that
Hmm.
on guitar. Like he's got tutorial videos of like the guitar work of the songs. I'm like, what the fuck? I totally did not know that. So I think he's actually labeled as like a composer of Born of Osiris.
Hmm.
So that almost tells me that yeah, as long as he's still, writing
Yeah.
or I guess alive, Born of Osiris is probably going to remain to be a thing.
I also wonder because I know this band's always had a weird dynamic. Because I know they used to. I don't know if they still do it, but they used to all just live in the same house. Like they,
Yeah, like the MTV Crib thing.
yeah. So that makes me wonder, like, when it comes to these lineup changes, how does that work?
I don't know. Oh, I don't. It's hard to say if that was like truly legit or not. I don't know if I really believe that. Was it MTV Cribs or was it like their own video that they
It
like
was their own
released?
video, I'm pretty sure, because I don't think they were big enough to be on MTV at that point.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. But I don't know. That could have just been like a 1 year house rental or some shit.
Hmm.
That I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Jason
I
Richardson's room looked like he had been living in it.
Oh really? I don't remember it too well. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they were probably yeah. That was like around the discovery, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because also, if it was true, how does that work with five people? Because who officially owns the house?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. Unless they all co-signed on the lease or some shit,
Or is it technically a business expenditure? Like, since
maybe.
it's in the band's name? Like, could you say it's a
Yeah,
corporation?
Born of Osiris Corporation. I don't know.
Or like, this entity owns this house. The entity is born of
Yeah,
Osiris kind of thing?
I wouldn't think they could do that because especially if the band does change members.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then you
I
could
think it
like
was around.
do some kind of contract work to be like maybe buy out their share of the company kind of thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like business wise and logistic wise, how does this work?
Yeah, maybe they give up royalties to live there. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Um, any other metal news?
Oh, I don't think so, man.
I gotcha. Um, since we did do two playlists, do you want to just move right into Decapitated?
Yeah, dude, let's do it. I've thoroughly enjoyed um this Discog review. And I feel like we kind of flip-flopped. I feel like last week or last Daddy Showdown, you were kind of hype on the Morbid Angel train,
Hmm.
whereas I feel like I'm real super uber hype on Decapitated now. But I don't know, Morbid Angel, it was almost just the amount of albums I was kind of like intimidating to me. But once I broke into it, I really enjoyed myself with it. But Decapitated, man, I was already familiar, and then this, I felt like I just got to kind of uh, pick, what I really enjoy about this band, and that was really cool. A lot of fun with this one. So
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
let's get into it, man.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Just 1 second. There we go.
I'm gonna go make a pee real quick.
All right, have a fun tinkle.
BRB. All right, man. I
All right,
managed to get it all over myself, so we're good.
all right, awesome. So you're wet and ready then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, boner is wet and ready. Okay. Also, we are now that TikTok I was telling you about earlier is now at 1931.
Holy
We are
shit.
within three of
Why?
being the most popular. I think it's just because of we're talking about Larcinia Row, Primitive Man, and the heaviest, I guess, kind of category.
We just we just start making little 19-second clips where we're just like, uh-huh, Larcinia Row, disembodied tyrant. Wow, trend, 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 trend.
Or just make very bold statements but make
Yeah,
it very clear that that's what it's supposed to be.
like uber obvious.
This band is the pioneer of everything.
Biggest crushing band ever. I mean, heaviest.
Get ready. Okay. So, anyways, Decapitated. So I wasn't super familiar with this band. I was somewhat ish, like I knew a couple of things here and there, but this was my biggest deep dive into Decapitated, and I was very much surprised. I think I brought that up when we were talking about Morbid Angel, because I had gotten Morbid Angel done so quickly. I started on Decapitated, and it was even starting out the gates, they were very had a specific sound that they were going for, and it was working well even in the early days. So this was a good one. But this is your band, so I'm gonna let you carry this one.
Um, well, I wish this was my band because this band just absolutely kicks ass. And you're right, dude. They start off like from the get-go, dude, just banging. Super badass. Very death metal like vibes to what they end up becoming though. I would say that this album, Winds of Creation, this is their first album. 2000, I want to say is when it came out. That's what Spotify tells me anyways. Um, but you have like the guitar work there. I don't think, it's changed. I'm pretty sure they've always had that Vogue dude or Sir Vogue.
Mm-hmm.
I just know him from like the Instagram. I think that's his handle. But come on, go. Sorry. Go, bitch. This fucking cat. Anyways, from the get-go, man, yeah, like you have the riffage there. That's still pretty prominent and kind of sticks to the same. The styles definitely stays there in Decapitated, and that's really what Decapitated is kind of based around almost. But this band starts out, I want to say it was him and his brother, and their brother was the drummer,
Okay.
if I got that right. Let me actually bring up their Wikipedia just so I know that I'm sticking to strictly based facts that
Yeah,
are
it's probably
not
probably best with this band because I
edited
did a
by
little bit
common
of
people.
research on them, and they've been through a lot. So it probably would be beneficial to have Wikipedia pulled up throughout this because a lot's happened to this band.
So show. Um, yeah. So Decapitated was founded in Poland in 1996 by guitarist Wacław Vog. I'm just gonna call him Vog, so I can't pronounce his name. Who was 15 at the time. His brother, drummer, we told Vitek, Vitek was his name. I guess that's their band names. I don't know. Who was 12 years old, and vocalist Sauron, who was 16. And 1 year later, bassist 13 joins the band. They released its first demo, Cemeterial Gardens, in 97, second demo 98, and then they signed Yada Yada and debuts Winds of Creation. So by the time their debut Winds of Creation comes out, that's 4 years later. So Vogue was 19 when he recorded this album, wrote and recorded. Man, that's insane. And his younger brother was
16.
16. Holy shit, man. That's insane. This is a 16-year-old drummer on this album, Winds of Creation. Just absolutely nuts, man. Uh, I did not know they were that young, but what a badass album, man, for some kids, really,
Hmm.
teenagers. But damn, dude, that's so cool. Um, yeah, starts off with a really good album. One of my favorite tracks, Humans Dust. Um, it's just got, I want to say, I don't know. It's just got their signature riffage. I highlighted this album listening to it. I don't know. I liked it, but this album front to back is a really good one, man. I think I'm gonna give this a 8.3.
Okay. Um, yeah, this is very impressive for a debut. Not only a debut for such a young band. I didn't know they were this young, and you kind of bring that up, kind of makes me think very similar to like Joffrey Cowboy because I know there was always commented about how young they were. I didn't know Decapitated was as young when they were started out. But this is especially for all those, this is an amazing album for all those. Starts off great with Winds of Creation. It's the opening track and kind of sets the tone for really Decapitated sound in general. It's the very low, chuggy guitars with some technical riffs over top. That's very clean and very because of the lowness of the chugs, the highness of the technical parts pop that much more. Really gets a great sound for this album, especially on a debut in 2000. Doesn't This sounds more like mid 2000s, late 2000s. Very good production. Eye of
Yeah, dude.
Horus, Ways to Salvation. This is a pretty good album. I'm probably gonna give this a probably a lower rating, just because I think there's better albums in this in their discography. So I'm probably gonna give this like a still a respectable 6.9 on this one. What
Fair
was
enough.
yours?
Point 3.
8.3?
Yeah. Good luck mathing that one.
15.2?
Sure.
Hell yeah. Oh,
I
and
gotta
one
say,
thing
man.
before
Okay.
we move on to this the next one thing I forgot to bring up. I love that these first three albums, each of them have a sick cover song at the end of the album. Like this one has Mandatory Suicide by Slayer at the end of it. And the next album
Oh,
has
okay, yeah.
Suffer the Children by Napalm Death. And then after that, it's Lunatic of God's Creation by Deicide. Awesome. I wish that they would do that. They would have kept that going. But for these early
I didn't
albums,
even know
I
those
love
were
it.
covers.
Oh, yeah. It's sick.
Damn, that's awesome. Okay, that makes sense because I was thinking, I was like, damn, mandatory suicide. I thought that sounded familiar, but I could couldn't figure it out. So shame on me.
Oh, you're good.
That is cool though. Hell yeah. Winds of Creation. Up next. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say though is this band, I think after listening to this, listening to their discography, I think that they gotta be one of the OGs of tech death. Would you say?
Hmm.
Like dropping
Yeah.
this in 2000
Yeah.
when
Especially
you're a
for
fucking
this
teenager,
brand.
man, that's
This
crazy.
brand, I
Yeah.
would say, brand of tech death, I would say yes, they are the pioneers because I feel like there was a little bit of tech death before them, but it was not the same tech death we have nowadays. Like the tech death before was like death, atheist, pestilence, and stuff like that. But no one really tech death bands don't really try to sound like them. It seems like they're trying to stay. more tech death bands nowadays try to sound more like Decapitated nowadays. That's the longevity of the sound when it comes to Decapitated.
Yeah. I think that this band took the tools from bands like that, like Death, but they definitely came out swinging with their own thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I think that's just so cool. So cool
Yeah.
to hear too. Um, but yeah, anyways, up next, we got a sick ass album. It's often touted as their best in their discography. I've seen by other people,
Hmm.
but this is Nihility in 2002. And hell yeah, dude. I mean, what a badass album.
Hmm.
I, it just got like they got so much better just from the last one to this one. It's one of my favorites when I listen to this band. Obviously you got Spheres of Madness, possibly their biggest song in their entire discography, possibly. And yeah, it's one of my favorites. So badass. Yeah, man, it's I don't know. I think that song's so addicting too. I
Hmm.
can it's one that like once you hear it, man, it just feel like it just sucks you in and then it just pops in your head and you just got to keep going back to it. It's like one of those tracks, man.
Hmm.
It's just so full of awesome technical precision, especially on the guitar, like doing those little sweep runs or whatever the hell you want to call them. I love that, dude. It's so cool. But yeah, so for those reasons, man, this is gonna be high up there in the list for me. I'm gonna give this one a 9.6.
Okay.
This is a badass album.
All right. That's pretty close to the rating I'm planning on giving it. Yeah, this is an amazing album. This is the one I was kind of somewhat familiar with. But listening to everything all the way through. I will say this is where for me things start to get to where they always start off like pretty good, it always takes me a while to get into it. But with these albums, I feel like the more you get into the album, like the later half of the albums get better and better. And this is one of those albums that does that to where if you like Perfect Dehumanization, the opening track, you're gonna be in love because every song gets better. For me, top tracks are
Hmm.
gonna be Mother War, Nihility, Anti-Human Manifesto, Spheres of Madness, and then I also gotta give it up for the Napalm Death cover, Suffer the Children. But yeah, Spheres of Madness, biggest song and sick riff. And I was watching a reel this today. Apparently, this part of this riff was inspired by none other than Limp Bizkit.
Isn't that crazy?
You saw that
I know. I
too?
see. Yeah, I've seen that same thing too, dude. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Totally did not see that coming.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass though.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to give this one a 9.2. This is an awesome album, a staple. Kind of their Rain and Blood album kind of. This is their classic that where
Yeah.
if you want classic or just want to show someone decapitated, this is probably gonna be the album you're gonna show them. So yeah, awesome album. So that's gonna be an 18.8.
It's like I had to give myself a little teaser of Spheres of Madness, and like I'm kind of upset we're moving on from the album because I really don't want to turn it off. Like, God, it's just so good. It's like it's one of those songs, man. It's just hard to turn off. Like once it
Mm-hmm.
starts, it's almost necessary to finish. You can't. It's like really hard to start and stop. Um, but 2 years later, they drop another banger of an album with Negation in 2004. And man, this is one of those bands like I caught on so late, like so late. I didn't start listening to this band until like the last decade for sure, somewhere in that time frame. Um, but I wish that I was on par with music whenever these albums dropped because I feel like they would have been one of my favorite bands. But the Negation, dude, I think that this band just gets better and better for me. I love this album. And I think this is my favorite kind of vocal area of those first three albums. I feel like it's really kind of perfecting the vocals for this band. But dude, I love so many songs in this one. Three-Dimensional Defect, I think, has got such a sick kind of lagging groove to it. Uh, just awesome riffage, man. But Sensual Sickness, another badass one. The Negation, Long Desired Dementia, The Empty Throne, like it's just full of badassery. I would give this one a 9.7.
All right. For me, this was the first time I ever listened to this album, and listening to this, I was ready to give this my top album. This is an awesome album. Um, which
Oh yeah.
I feel like I never see anyone talk about this album, and I feel like the album artwork is kind of weak for how good this album is. But yeah, great songs like Lying in Weak, Sensual Sickness, The Negation, Long Desired, Dementia, and then also ending with Deicide, Lunatic of God's Creation. This is an awesome album. I wish more people kind of talked about this album because this is a
Yeah.
sick album, especially to follow up after Nihility. This is awesome. This is perfect, old school Decapitated. I'm probably gonna give this one a 9.8. So, because right there,
I
close, but it's not my favorite yet.
I, I gotta change mine.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I'm kind of on your train. I think it deserves more credit. This is my 10 in the
Oh, okay.
decapitated discography. Yeah, it's like I know it ain't got Spears on it. Like that was kind of the hard choice. It's like it's hard to rate this higher than that album, but Spears for me is the highlight of that album. Not that the rest of it's not good, but it's just like, Spears is that golden jewel on there. But the Negation, dude, I just got so many songs that I really dig so much. And none of them are quite up to Spheres, but they're all just right almost there with
Mm-hmm.
it. Like in catchiness, grooviness. I love this album so much, dude. It's my 10. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So that's now our new number one with a 19.8. Hell yeah.
Nice.
All right. So, before we move on to this next song, I feel like some things happened to this band in between, wasn't there?
Yes. So Vitek, the drummer, uh guys, okay, so I'll just take this from Wikipedia. Mid 2005, Sauron announced his withdrawal from Decapitated, stating it was not an easy decision. However, I could reconcile the welfare of the band with my personal plans, and hence quitting appeared to be the best solution, not hampering the evolution of Decapitated. Pretty professional statement. Um, it looks like it's tied with health complications or some shit. And so vocalist changes, which has kind of like a prominent trend with this band. Very odd. I mean, I feel like bands don't really, I feel like more often bands aren't really having a revolving vocalist that really gain this kind of popularity in metal,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But, it's usually the other way around. But I think the signature members of this band are, Vogue and his brother. So
Mm-hmm.
it kind of makes sense. But anyways, vocalist changes, but then also, um, let's see. Oh yeah. So on October 28, 2007, the remaining three band members were involved in an automobile accident that injured Vitek and Koven. Their tour bus collided with a truck carrying wood near the border from Russia to Belarus, and Vitek died on November 2nd, at the age of 23. Damn, dude. That sucks. Way too young.
Yeah. And didn't their vocalist that they got after Sauron, didn't he become paralyzed and he's still in a wheelchair?
Koven slipped into a coma and was later moved to Poland. If that's who replaced him. Yeah, he was the vocalist replacement.
I gotcha.
And he did the vocals on the following album, Organic Hallucinosis.
I gotcha.
So let's see. Um, yeah, and then so the band had a period of disbandment and wait. So I think we have an album first before that stuff happened, it
Yeah.
sounds like. Yeah.
Because it looks I don't know if this year's accurate. I'm showing Organic Hallucinosis 2006. So this
Oh,
is right
yeah,
after the
yeah.
vocalist change, but right before the bus accident.
I think so. I think that's right. So, Organic Hallucinosis, yes. This drops in '06. This is another one that I really love, man. It didn't really, it changed. Like between the Negation to this album, something definitely changed. It's kind of hard to pinpoint for me, honestly. It's definitely just a almost kind of different flair to the band than there previously has been in their discography, in my opinion. Um, I don't know. What do you think of this one, man?
So, um, I'm sad that what happened to the band, and I remember even seeing, I think it was last year, the band or someone was raising funds for a new wheelchair for Coven. Like it has to be like a specialized wheelchair to like kind of help him move because he's very much like still um
Oh my gosh.
incapacitated, like a lot of brain damage and stuff. So
Oh,
it's good to see
geez.
the band is still like sending love out to this guy's still getting love for what he did with Decapitated. So that's the feel good part. Um, However, I'm gonna decompartmentalize it, move that out of the way. I feel like my biggest problem with this album is the vocals.
Oh, wow. What an asshole
Um,
move, Jeffrey.
I just want to be blunt about that. That was my biggest turnoff with this album. I couldn't get past it. I feel like the vocal change was so drastic for me. And I really could not get into this album. Day 69 was okay, but for me, uh, this was something I was ready to move past once I was listening to it. So this is probably gonna be a pretty low
Man.
score for me. I'm probably gonna give this
Oh
a
my gosh.
6.2.
Damn, that's harsh, man.
I'm
I
sorry. I'm
actually,
sorry, Coven.
yeah, I can understand where you're getting though. Like it's the vocal change is prominent and it's there. Um, but okay, so I was going to change my name for this episode to Save My Yam. Does it, do you remember that line in the first song? It's he's not saying save my yams, but it sounds like he's saying save my yams. And it's like, save my yams, save my yams, save my yams. Doesn't it sound like save my yams? Do you know what song I'm talking about? I think it's
Is it the first
poem
one?
about an
Oh,
old prison man.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that because, like I said, I listened to this like once and was like, I'm done with this one. But you saying that makes me think like very Dr. Seuss-ish. Sam I
Yeah.
am. Sam I am.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, but it definitely sounds like save my yam. I don't know. But it's vocal shifts weird. Honestly, the album artwork almost turns me off more than anything.
Yeah.
It looks like a really bad kind of Photoshop kind of thing. But anyways, no, like the music for me though, like I think Vogue still and the drummers survived this album. Like it's I'll jam this just for the tunage, man. I think the
Hmm.
riffage is still super sick. They're trying some new shit, some kind of offbeat, like not even really offbeat, but like there's a part where Vogue just like goes silent and it's just the drummer like doing a little carry onto the song. and he just like runs it into the next beat, dude. It's just so sick. I think that they just sounded so damn awesome together, man. And but the riffage was still there. One of my favorite Decapitated songs is on this album, Post question mark Organic.
Hmm.
Really weird. I don't know what's up with their titles, but I love that song, man. Absolutely love that song. I think it's got such a sick groove in it. Um, so yeah, with that being said, man, I'm gonna give this one a 9.2.
Okay. So that's gonna tie with Winds of Creation. All right.
Oh wow. How we managed to do that?
I don't know. Somehow the perfect scoring somehow tied it
That's
up
crazy.
with Winds of Creation at number 3. All right.
Okay.
What is next?
Um, Up next, um Bog's brother, Vitek, dies in the car crash that then sends Coben into coma. Tragedy, basically. And then I think they take a break. Vogue announces in '09 he's going to be continuing the band Decapitated and essentially, has to kind of rebuild it. So he recruits some members and they come out with Carnival is Forever in 2011. Um, and again, dude, I love this album. Like it sounds like damn, man. I mean, he got the right pieces to the puzzle. I mean, he was able to keep the signature band sound, and maybe it's just the riffage that makes this mold so much. But I don't know. I think it's definitely a successful kind of regrouping. What do you think, man? What do you think of this album?
I did like this better. I like the vocals better, so I thought everything kind of tied together better. I do think something is a little slightly off. I think that is just the missing of Vitek, but I do think this one is pulled off a lot better than Carnosa's the previous album. Um,
Yeah.
I do think this one sticks out a little bit more. Songs like Homo Sum, Pest, 404, United. I do. This one's a lot better.
Dude,
And kind of
404,
bringing
man.
more, yeah,
That's
bringing
a
more into
bop.
the more modern sound. So I'm probably gonna give this one an 8.2. Yeah, I'm gonna do it an
Okay.
8.2 for this one. What was your
Hell yeah.
score?
I like that. I didn't give it yet, but I think I'm gonna go an 8.8 on this one. I
Okay.
honestly love this album again, but I think that they strayed from the last album to this one. They kind of strayed from that death metal realm and almost adopted like a kind of like a new metal thing to them. Kind of
Yeah.
changed the sound a bit. Like 404, man, it's just like a total Joey Jordison drum beat and Vogue's just riffage playing together is what it reminds me of. But I think it sounds so good though. It's super catchy, really cool. The only thing that really threw me off was like the titles, like Carnival is Forever. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I didn't. So, because I remember you had talked about this album before, and then it has that title, that has the artwork. So I think it's gonna have like some kind of like carnival theme, or even some like childhood kind of stuff in there. But I didn't really pick up that theme at all in this album. Like that is
Yeah,
completely absent from any of this.
yeah, it's kind of weird. But so yeah, I don't know. Cool album though.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, I want to say the lineup stays consistent for these, and we have Blood Mantra in 2014. Um, Decapitated just back and furious as hell, man. This band just still stays consistent. I think this is a badass album, man. One of my favorite tracks, the blasphemous psalm to the demigod creation. Uh, that's a ripper, man. Very fun. Veins, I want to say, is a good one. Blood Mantra, even. Instinct, I love that song. What do you think of this one, man? I think I would
I
give
thought
this one an 8.
I think it was good, but I didn't think it didn't stick with me like the ones that are around this album. So for the modern stage, I would say this is one of the weaker albums, but it's still pretty good. Blood Mantra, a good one. Blasphemous Psalms, also Moth Defect and Red Sun on the closers of the album. It's still pretty good, but this one didn't stick with me as much as like Carnival's Forever or even the like Negation or Nihility. So I'm probably just gonna give this a solid 8. What was your
Okay.
score again?
I gave it an 8 as well.
Okay. So we have a flat 16. Also, I think I
Yeah,
had the wrong score on here.
the lower that organic hallucinosis gets, the more I want to cry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did this
It's
to you.
okay.
All right. Well, there'll probably be one lower. We still got two more albums.
Sure.
All right. Up next, what do we got?
Anti-Cult in 2017, getting a little bit older,
Mm-hmm.
kind of getting more mainstreamish. Is kind of what I get from this album. Um, Almost sounds like it's kind of getting a little too cookie cutterish. Um, but I think there's still some good stuff in here. One of my favorite songs, I think, is Earth Scar. It's very catchy. There's some really catchy riffs too and guitar notes that really stick to me. Uh, I like this album. I just don't know that I loved it. I would give this a 7.6. What was your thoughts on this one?
This is actually my 10. This
What? No way.
yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
I
okay.
really enjoyed this one right off the bat with Impulse. I think it's mostly the production makes
Mm,
makes everything fit so much better for me. And this is why I
okay.
love this modern sound with Decapitated on this because I do love the more early stuff like Negation and Nihility, but this one when it comes to like their modern stuff, the production hits so well. You got Impulse, Death Valuation, Kill the Cult, Anger Line, Earth Scar. This one for me is this is what I want from Decapitated. I think it's catchy, it hits hard, it cuts deep. Yeah, this is my 10.
Okay. Damn, I did not see that coming. But you know what? I want to say that we talked about this album when it did drop. And
Yeah,
I think we were sharing this one back and forth because it was, I mean, it's got undeniably catchy parts. Like Earth Scar, like, "Bear my Earth Scar."
hmm
It's like, I don't know. There's just like, sometimes I don't even know what he's saying. I just like mimic the sounds. But it's, yeah, I feel like there's definitely some catchy shit in here. Or Kill the Cult. The
yeah,
Cult.
yeah. There's it's almost like it makes you want to sing along, but this is a style of music you don't really like sing along to that often, but they do it
Right.
well enough to where you want to.
True. Very true.
What was you were 7 point what?
I want to say seven. Was I 7.6?
Maybe
I think
I
so.
thought it was 7.2, but we can do either or.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was 7 point. I feel like 7.2 is a little harsh. I think for its catchiness, I'll bring it to a 7.6.
All right, all
Oh
right,
wow, we passed Carnival is Forever. Man, this is
yeah.
throwing me for all kinds of loops. That's crazy. Damn.
All right.
Okay.
We got one more. But before this one more, some other stuff happened to this band,
Oh yeah. Man, I forgot
which
about this.
I feel like it kind of influenced this album a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's just
Yeah.
me
Yeah, I think
thinking
you're right.
about it. But what happened to this band in between these albums?
It was the Me Too movement. It hit him hard. No. So sexual allegations were dropped on this band. Two lovely ladies boarded these gentlemen's tour bus, and thought they were up for a great night of fun and no tomfoolery. Well, little did they know they were about to be assaulted by every band member and wake up in a tizzy. No. So yeah, the this band becomes alleged of sexual assault allegations. I want to say at the beginning of a big tour for 'em,
Yeah, I
and
want to
it
say they were on
fucking
tour with Thy Art.
yeah, it was a huge tour, man. And they get arrested, I want to
Hmm.
say, over this, deported, right? And
I don't know if they
then
were deported, but I know they were held, and it was like the day after because I don't even think they left the city yet.
I don't know, crazy shit. But I want to say it didn't it like weren't they off the whole tour after because of this?
Yeah, they had to drop off the tour because I remember I created a meme and sent it to some people. I think I sent it to you. It was
You might have.
the wedding singer guy. Decapited's been arrested. Now I get to reap all the benefits, and it's Thy Art is murder.
Oh, oh yeah. That's hilarious. That's what. Um, yeah. Yeah, crazy, man. And what's even crazier though is that they were found not guilty on these
Hmm.
charges. And apparently these two women had encounters of this in the past, like records of them accusing other people in the past of this same shit. And so it kind of made it look, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know these people individually, but and there's two sides to every story, but they were found not guilty, and I think because of the occurrences that happened with these women in the past. So I'm a fan of Decapitated, and fortunately for them, I guess they got off the shiz. But yeah, man, what weird, and um, yeah, good for them, I guess. Pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
because I remember keeping up with this story, and I remember reading some of the things. I guess there was they were using some bruises on their legs as like evidence of like assault. But I guess there's witnesses at the show like, no, these girls were up front, so their legs were bruised because they were up front and against the barricade and were going crazy. So they got bruises from that, and um,
Hmm.
they did have sex with like multiple members of the band, but it's the argument is whether it's consensual. And I want to say police started questioning because they kept changing their story. And I don't remember if they
Hmm.
actually came out and admitted or if it was untrue or not. I don't remember. But from what the more details came out, the more clear it was like, okay, the band is actually like they aren't 100% innocent. Like I think some of them were married, but they didn't rape these women.
Yeah, not the press you really want as a band for sure.
Yeah.
But damn, man, I'm just glad it didn't bring them down. But then I heard this album that came out in 2022, and I was like, I don't know. So no, no, I love Decapitated, but yes, they go on to drop this album, Cancel Culture, in 2022 after recovering from the allegations, and meh, I don't know. I is kind of where I'm at with this one. Um, what's your thoughts, man?
I'm right there with you. I was kind of thrown off by the album title when they announced it. It's like, okay, this is going to be one of those I'm bitter kind of things. Which the album doesn't really feel that way, but it still isn't really something I'm interested in. So it just feels weird. The production's still there from Anti-Cult, but it's just these songs aren't really hitting. Like you got songs like
Mm.
Just a Cigarette, which seems to be, I don't know, a PSA for smoking. Um, like can again going, I guess this cancer thing, cancer culture again. Um,
Uh, Cancer theme.
yeah, Hello Death featuring Ginger, who is like the hot. the hot item at the time. Uh, and then Iconoclast with everyone's favorite metal singer, Rob Flynn from Machine Head. Uh, Suicidal Space Program. I don't know. This one just feels weird.
I'm
It
gonna
feels
I'm gonna
like
feel like an
Boomer.
asshole if I would have never thought of that, but yeah, I can understand that now. I you're not wrong. But I would feel like an asshole if like they kind of wrote if the lyrics were centered around someone they knew battling cancer and they died and this is a memoriam to that. But I think regardless, it does kind of have like a tackiness to it, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That
It
just
does.
doesn't sit well. Yeah. So I think yeah, I think we agree on that. But in the tunes, for me, man, sadly, it just doesn't really back anything up. Like whereas the previous albums, I feel like Vogue could carry the whole album if you really wanted. But this one, man, it's kind of like I'm needing something to really
Mm.
stick me around with these songs. And yeah, man, I just didn't really feel that with this one. Um, but it almost seems like a Pilot Light album. Like the pilot light's just on, and
Oh, yeah.
they're just kind of putting it out there for me. So I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of meh. I guess I'll give this a 6.6.
Yeah, I'll probably give it, yeah. I'll probably give it 6.5.
Okay.
Uh, there's not really a lot. I have zero desire to go back to this album unless I want to be like, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'll check it out. But there's nothing really sticking out as like, I could listen to this riff again or something like it feels like you said, tacky, cheesy, gives off a real boomer vibe with some of this energy. So yeah.
Boomer
Uh
culture.
yeah, cancer, more like boomer culture. But yeah, it's gonna be what? So you gave it a 6.6. So we do have a new bottom. We got a
Something we both agree on.
13.1. Yes. Yeah. Cancer culture's
Crazy.
at the bottom with a 13.1. And I'm not saying I'm not worried about like them being bitter about cancel culture or anything like that. Because I think you can't metal bands, death metal bands specifically, can write about cancel culture and write a good one. Like I think of specifically Misery Index's New Salem. That is
Mm,
a ripper of a
yeah,
song, and it's
great theme
purely
to tie
about that.
into. Yeah, yeah, you're right. That is it's a great way to tie it to modernism, I guess. But yeah, this one just didn't really deliver in that aspect. But you know what? In slash metal news with Decapitated, they did just part ways. Their vocalist just parted
Hmm.
ways with this band, and
Yeah,
so maybe he was cashed, man. Maybe he didn't have anything else in the bank to kind of put
yeah,
out there, and it almost kind of feels like this album is almost like kind of like a last stitch effort sort of deal where it's like,
yeah,
I don't really have anything in the books, but here's this shit. So I
yeah.
don't know.
And it does make
Still
me wonder
speculation, but
who they're going to be have as a new vocalist because I do think it does matter with this band because you have to have someone who can somehow incorporate the death metal, like old school like death metal, but still somehow fit with the groove that this band produces.
mhm.
And I think the original singer Soren did a good job. This other guy, I think he did kind of an okay job. He did pretty good for the time being. Um, just curious who this new singer is going to be. So
Yeah, for
we'll
sure.
see.
I think my favorite album in this most recent singers is Carnival is for well, I guess obviously due to the ranking, but Carnival's Forever just because like his placements are so good. Like
Hmm.
there's a break in the song Carnival's Forever. It's like it's just Vogue and he's just like dun 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 dun, and then it kicks in dun, dun, dun. And when it kicks in like the vocals just hits he just hits like an open like and it just sounds so badass, dude. But I didn't get that sort of kind of like timey shit and just connectedness like I did in
Yeah.
previous albums. So I don't know. But yeah, I with that being said, I am very interested to see where this band goes, man, because um yeah, man, I with the right guy, man, I think that they can make some really badass shit again and maybe give us some more cooler thematics than cancer culture.
You know who'd be the perfect fit?
Who?
Frankie Palmieri from Amur coming in, giving cancel culture what's what.
Recovering from cancel culture. Wow. That would probably be the worst fit, I think, for Decapited's future. Um,
That's just because you're a
let's do some.
hater.
Let's see who do we have any free agent vocalists in the metal market right now? Um, is there anyone out there you can think of?
I don't know who's been accused recently.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. Uh,
Hmm. I don't
there's
know.
been a lot of vocal shifts, and you got to pay attention to the vocalist shifts because when that happens, obviously the last man gets opened up, and it just
Yeah,
creates a
the
it's
the
like a
whole
domino
ecosystem
effect.
changes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to think of most recent uh singer changes. I want to say there has been some, but shit, man, I'm drawing blanks right now. I'm trying to remember.
I
Probably
don't know.
should have
The one
tried
that
to
keeps
look
coming
that
to
up.
mind won't fit this band, and that's Dallas from Old Nile.
Oh,
But I don't think he would fit this sound.
that'd be weird. I think he's doing the Narcotic Wasteland thing,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
I
never
think if he
really
got
quite.
offered Decapitated, I don't think he would say no.
That would be crazy. That he's like he would almost bring back like the technical death force
Yeah.
to the Decapitated, whereas they with this most recent guy, they kind of drifted like it kind of aligns with the era. Like he brought in kind of like the new metal thing, or
Hmm.
that's what I at least tie to.
Yeah.
Uh, so they could go more old school. That would be interesting.
Hmm. Yeah.
I guess we shall see.
Yeah. In the meantime, this has been our Decapitated ranking. At number one, with almost a perfect 20, we have The Negation with a 19.8. Number two, we have Nihility with an 18.8. We have Anti-Cult with the 17.6, number three. Then we got Carnival's Forever with a 17.2. Blood Mantra with a 16. Tied with at a 15.2, we got Winds of Creation and Carnissius Hallucinus. Just that
Or
one.
organic hallucinosis.
That's it. And Cancel Culture at the bottom with a 13.1. How do you feel about this?
Oh yeah, I dig it. It's
Hell
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, not how I thought it would pan out, but I could dig it.
Hell yeah. Well, that has been our Decapitated ranking. I did, while doing this, I remembered some more metal news. This is more just weird stuff though, but there's been a an ecosystem change when it comes to metal members. So if you think back, think way back, the Acacia strains, old guitars, sometimes like producer DL. He was the one who had the attitude and stuff like that. He left the band
Huh.
around right after Death is Only Mortal. Um, he
Okay.
then joined and became the vocalist of Bad Wolves. Not really anything I'm into, but apparently he could clean sing.
Wow.
He just got picked up to, I think, play either guitar or bass for Falling in Reverse.
What? Whoa. Interesting. That is a band that I can say is not on my radar. Have they ever been?
Yes, he is. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. He is now in Falling in Reverse, which I guess he's will make a lot of money because I guess they are popular. I just don't
Yeah, that's
understand how
weird.
you go from Acacia Strain to Falling in Reverse, but You know what? Go get your
That's
money,
weird.
bro.
That's a weird path, man. Yeah. Um, damn. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
But hmm. Yeah, I mean, Bad Wolves. If you go to Bad Wolves, it's really not going to surprise me where you go after that.
Bad Wolves, I kind of get. I don't like Bad Wolves. The music for me sucks, but I kind of get it since it has like Doc Coyle in it. So there's a little bit of that friendship stuff in there and the brohood, but also when
I think
he
he just left.
is, did he?
I think so. I think he's done with Bad Wolves now.
So what the fuck is the point of Bad Wolves anymore? Who?
I don't know. I think they're a total just made up band thing now.
Huh? But also, I feel like with him going from guitar to straight clean singing for Bad Wolves, like, I can kind of see that path. Like, let me prove I can do this. People that don't think I can, kind of thing. But then going to play
Hmm.
guitar or bass, I don't remember which one it is for Falling in Reverse. Like, what are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing?
I don't know. I don't know that I know one Falling in Reverse song. They're
Uh,
kind of like the modern day Hot Topic band, right? Is
yeah,
that fair to say?
yeah. And the singer likes to just. I feel like you hear those like musicians who you always hear starting shit, and you hear more about their drama than you ever hear about their music. That's how I feel
Like Ronnie
about.
Radke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect example. Ronnie Radke is like falling in reverse.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, in late night metal news, I'm just on my Spotify homepage, and this literally just now popped up.
They dropped a
A
new
new single
single
from,
after I said they
yeah,
shouldn't. Those sons of
yeah,
bitches.
literally the night. I guess it's because it's near midnight, but Cryptopsy just dropped Dead Eyes Replete, so that'll be a fun morning listen.
Yeah, I'll listen to it in the morning. God damn it. Why you gotta prove me wrong mid-air, Cryptopsy?
That's
And
that's funny.
it's
Yeah,
intertwined in the episodes. I can't just go cut it out like a scalpel. I gotta leave it all in.
yeah,
All right.
hell
That's
yeah.
fine. It's fine. Oh, King 810 did drop their new album, I think yesterday.
Oh, Rest Belt New Metal, so we'll have that one.
Hmm.
And I lied whenever we were going through our weekly playlist, and it was kind of my failing on doing my homework and seeing if you had added it or not. But Dissonant Seepage dropped their album of the year, Dystopian Putrescence,
Okay.
that has that badass song, Ancient Pestilence Reborn, that I am in love with still. But this album, dude, I'm gonna send it to you. I love it. It's like
All right.
it's 90% palm mutes, I think, and chuggy slam riffs, dude, but I am here for it. They got a great sound, so yeah, we'll throw that on next week's playlist for sure.
Hell yeah. So also, I was wanting to introduce a new thing starting next week because just kind of keep things fresh, but also keep our sanity and keep our workload not overbearing all the time. Um,
Sure.
so we can still do Discogs from time to time, but I have a new idea to where because I have some stuff I want to listen to, you to listen to that I think you aren't might not be familiar with, or you probably have same vice versa, but I don't want to go through this whole band's whole discography. So I was thinking
Okay.
of picking a classic metal album and we just sit down and kind of review it kind of thing. Um,
Okay.
and so for that, I have a couple options for our first one, and I'll let you pick which one. Um,
Okay.
Up first, I have At the Gates, Slaughter of the Soul,
Oh, okay.
because I think you said you weren't familiar with them, but this is
Yeah, I'm
the
not. I don't know a lot about the Gates, but yeah, I've heard a lot about this album, so kind of
yeah,
sounds like I need to know it.
that's one. Another one is Terrorizer with World Downfall,
Okay.
or um Origins Antithesis album.
Okay. Um, let's do At the Gates, man.
Hell yeah. at the gates. Slaughter of the soul. Hell yeah.
All right. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
That'll
that'll
be
be
it.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we can, like I said, we can kind of review it like we do with the new releases, but do it at the end of the episode. Um, just kind of break it down. We can even give it a rating if we want. We'll see. We'll see how this new segment goes. Let's just do what feels right.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Dig.
that's all I got for this week. Oh, did you see there's a video I saw Spencer Sotella sang with Coheed and Cambria on stage, Favor House Atlantic.
Oh, I did. I seen the headline. I did not watch it. Did you watch
Oh,
it?
I only watched a couple seconds of it and it sounds good. I think Spencer can kind of
Huh.
fit anywhere. Like when he was in From First to Last, it was amazing. I almost think, hey, Claudio, maybe take a back seat. Let's just let Spencer
Bring
do.
him in the band.
Yeah. You just focus on guitar, Claudio. Let's let Spencer do his thing.
That's weird. It's one of those bands that like I wouldn't have really put together until I seen that tour that they were doing. I guess are they on that tour right now with Periphery and
Yeah,
Coheed?
because I want to say it's a Mastodon Coheed alternating rotating headliner, but Periphery is no
Okay.
matter what the opener.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Man, that would have been a cool one to go to, but I don't think it was near here, was it?
No, nowhere near here.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add this week before I start plugging away?
I don't think so, man. Plug it up.
All right. Hey, you. Yeah, you. If you liked this podcast, you should check us out on Spotify. You should check us out on Apple Podcasts, Overcast, or Castbox, whatever it's called. Pretty much wherever you get your podcasts from. You can also check us out on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook, Discord, whenever I get around to actually setting that up. You can also check us out on TikTok. We're getting big on there, let me tell you what. But yeah, check us out on
Viral,
those.
baby. Viral.
Viral. Hell, Imperial Triumphant loves us on TikTok. You should love us
Yeah.
too. But yeah,
Fucking giving us all kinds of care hugs. Love
yeah,
those.
we're even on their wall now. But yeah, if you want to talk to us, you can just send us an email directly at deathmetaldaddies@gmail.com. But until then, Death Metal Daddies out.
Bye. No way.